Hey guys, welcome back to Income School. I'm Ricky and this is Jim. Today we're going to talk to you about how to speed up the process of getting traffic to your niche website. So we talk about all the time about you need to build a good niche website, you need to write awesome content, really helpful content, but then you got to be patient. It takes some time for Google to start to really see and trust that content and start sending your traffic your way. So we're going to give you a few tips today about how to speed up that process a little bit, okay?
We're playing the long game in our business.
Yeah.
We're building a website, planting a seed, and we can be patient because we're working on 5 other sites while that's happening. But for a lot of people, you're starting your online business and you don't want to wait 10 to 12 months to see any significant traffic. So this video is for you.
Yep.
If I had to get traffic to a website quick and I really wanted to see some fast results, I would start with Pinterest, Reddit, and YouTube. Those to me are the best ways to get traffic. Noticeably absent is Facebook. We're going to do another video about that later, but I would not, in fact, I do not start Facebook pages, period.
In fact, about 6 months ago, we deleted the Income School Facebook page. Just completely deleted it. It was a waste of our time.
Facebook does not play nicely with bloggers. All right, so how to get that traffic fast? First of all is Pinterest. Pinterest is an unbelievable source of traffic. I mean, it's incredible if your website falls into the type of content that gets shared on Pinterest. If this is anything, you know, home, DIY, this is anything fashion or weight loss or health or anything like that, Pinterest is 90% women. Women are interested in many more topics than that, but when you go to Pinterest, it's recipes and food and DIY, and that's just kind of the stuff that gets shared there. Gardening. And so if you have the type of content that you think is going to do well on Pinterest, then use it. It can be fantastic. There was a time when Pinterest sent more traffic to my websites than Google did. That has reduced somewhat. Pinterest has made some changes, kind of being a little bit more jealous with that traffic, but still it's a great way. So how do you get traffic from Pinterest?
Well, first thing you do, you're going to write the post. It's going to be the same type of post we're always talking about. It's going to be
same kind of content.
Super helpful, really cool, really good, but it needs to be the type of content that's really shareable. Then, you know, we're just going to pin it on Pinterest, and there's a couple important things you need to consider when pinning on Pinterest. One is an image, okay? So you're going to upload a nice tall image. Having white images doesn't do any good on Pinterest. They're just going to shrink it down to the tiny column. But if you have one that's tall, a lot taller than it is wide, then it's going to take up more space and be more visible.
I usually do like 300 pixels wide by 650 pixels tall.
Right.
And
you see the ones that like take up the whole height of the screen?
Because people are going to notice it.
Yeah.
And so I'll usually put a couple really good eye-catching visual pictures on there, and then I'll kind of nicely design up the text. Just go on Pinterest, see what's getting shared, and make them. And then I'll just put that image somewhere on my page, and then after I publish the post, pin it on Pinterest. And then it's just, you gotta find a way to get some traction, and unless you happen to have an awesome social media following on Pinterest, you gotta go beg and plead everyone you've ever met to go put this pin on your Pinterest. You can also go join group boards where a bunch of people can pin on there, and don't be too spammy because you get kicked off, but slip some of your pins in there, and when you get one that goes viral, boom, that traffic takes off. And the thing about Pinterest traffic is it usually lasts pretty long. Not forever, but it usually lasts a long time. The heyday of Pinterest is gone. What was it, maybe 3 years ago? There was this awesome trick where Pinterest was just a very rudimentary search engine. So I could just I could go on there and say RV tips, RV tips, RV tips, RV tips, RV tips as my caption. And it would just shoot to #1. It was awesome. Pinterest is a little bit smarter now. It's harder to get the crazy traffic from, still a very solid source of content, of traffic.
One of the cool things we've seen too with some of our posts that have done really well on Pinterest is we start out by getting a lot of traffic from Pinterest, but Google sees that traffic.
Yeah.
And over time,
this is good content.
Yeah, they recognize that it's good content, and those end up being the posts that end up sending us more Google traffic than a lot of our other posts.
Yep.
Again, because of the behavior of the people that go to that article.
Next is the YouTubes. YouTube can be really good, exceptional for a niche site. The best example that we've seen of using YouTube is camperreport.com, which is one of our niche sites. So we built that how we always build them. We built our, in 60 days, wrote our content, left it out there, but we changed something up. I made some YouTube videos just sitting out in my RV, my camper, and I would give half of a blog post, it's like, the blog post is 21 differences between Class A and Class C RVs. So I'd make a YouTube video that's 11 differences between them. And then at the end of the video, I say, hey, this is just 11 of the differences. There are actually a lot more information I have on this post. So go to camperreport.com/differences. And I'll use the Pretty Link WordPress plugin to make a nice short link so they can remember that. And instead of linking them from YouTube, I just say what it is. I just say it's, whatever it is, because I just feel like people typing that in is a good signal to YouTube or to Google.
Yep.
And what we saw with that is the site ranked way faster than anything we've seen. Because it had people coming from other sources right away to that website and was a good signal to Google. So YouTube can be great, but if you just sit there and you share about my life, like these vloggers that we see, it's not really going to work for this purpose.
Right.
Share awesome tips and get followers, and then what? What did that do for you? How do you cash a check for followers? Nothing. You got to find a way to get them to your website. So give half of the post and kick them over to the website to see the rest.
Yep. Cool. Next is Reddit. Okay, so Reddit, you probably know what this is.
Front page of the internet.
Yeah, it's just, it's basically just a whole bunch of forums, okay? People go on there and they talk about everything, all right? You can find
a subreddit for anything.
Yeah, you'll find a subreddit, you'll find probably just a bunch of boards that are going to be around your niche, okay? Just go spend some time in there. You can link to your content. If somebody asks a question that in one of those subreddits that is something you answer on your website, give a brief answer, answer part of the question, or answer their question and say, hey, there's a whole bunch more. Here's a link to my article.
Yep.
Don't spam Reddit. Again, people aren't going to
people aren't dumb. They know what's going on when you're spamming them.
Right.
But a tremendous source of traffic. Usually what I see works best on Reddit when I've really got the spikes is where I have something very unusual on the website to share. My RV blew up. I had on my GoPro and the propane just kablooey, the RV just exploded. Awesome. Put that on your website and share the link. That's going to do great. If it's just some kind of generic bland post, it's not really shareable. So Reddit is great as long as you have just unusual, very shareable content. There's a tremendous traffic source out there, but it just doesn't work for everything. You got to have the right type of content.
So I would say that a lot of your blog posts, a lot of the articles on your niche website are not going to be articles that you're going to share on Pinterest, on YouTube, or on Reddit. A lot of them are just going to be helpful, informational content.
Yeah, how much does an RV weigh?
Yeah.
Not that shareable. Nobody goes to that and is like, that was awesome, man. I want to tell all my friends how much RVs weigh. It's just not a shareable type of content.
But that gets Googled all the time, and so you get a lot of traffic to that article, okay? Nobody's looking for that on YouTube.
Yep. And that's why in Niche Site School, we teach a third, and a third for your posts. 1/3 of your posts should just be simple answers to questions. Things like, how expensive is a samurai sword? For somebody that's into knives. It's just answer a question. Another third of the content should be super shareable kind of content. It's like 21 of the most iconic knives ever made. And then the last third should be moneymaker posts, like the one best pocket knife I've ever used. And it's just, the intent of that post is to send you to Amazon so I can get a commission. So a third, and a third. these are going to be mostly your shareable content. That's why we create them, is because we want to be able to tap into these traffic sources as well. The answers to questions, that's mostly targeted at the search. And then within both of those posts, from 2/3 of the posts on your website, we just mention the moneymaker posts. We just link to them and say, you know, this is my favorite one, as just in passing. And that's how you get that traffic over to the moneymakers, and then you make your money.
Yep.
That's kind of our whole system.
It's pretty simple.
Yep.
There's not a whole lot more to it.
So go to incomeschool.com and check it out. You just go to incomeschool.com and then click on Niche Site School. It's a 60-day program. We're going to walk you step by step through the process. I mean, almost every day for 60 days you get an email and it's like, hey, just sit down for 1 hour and do this one action. And it's exactly the process that we follow that has made successful niche site after successful niche site after successful niche site. It's proven. It's a proven recipe that's not guaranteed, and it does take time. But if you want to replace your income, you want to add some additional income, it works. And so check it out. Hope you'll enjoy it, and thanks for subscribing to our YouTube. Bye, guys.